Yeah, we ready right now. It's about time. I know it's about time. It's about time.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Command Time podcast presented by the Fans First Sports Network. We are back for another season, and for a season it is going to be with much storylines and many topics to talk about with the Washington Commanders. It is your boy DT Sensei, host of many other podcasts, also a member of the Red Zone in the Lab family, with Caleb tonight. Caleb, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Doing good out here.
Man, are you excited for the season, bro?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do for the second year and how these players develop and just the growth that they need to have for this future team because they need it. We need future. We need the future core of this team to come together. I think Jaden is one of them. I think Mikey's one of them. I think that third person needs to be figured out. Hopefully it's Coleman. Hopefully it could be somebody from this upcoming draft class. But, we didn't have a lot of draft picks this year. And we have the same amount next year. We have 5 next year too. So they need to hit on these picks. They need to be impact players day one.
Yeah, I got you. So, much has been happening in the past couple of weeks. Obviously, we weren't able to meet a couple of times due to scheduling, things like that. But we are here tonight. Caleb will be with us next week. But Caleb, let's go ahead and get squared away with the conversation that's going to lead to also what happens today with the joint practices with the New England Patriots. The Terry Mclaurin saga is still continuing with between Washington and Terry. Terry wants this. Commanders see it as this. We know right now he has already requested a trade, but from the way looking at it, we all know deep down that Terry doesn't really want to leave here. He just wants to get things squared away with the team. Do you think, are we getting a little bit closer with the deal having a way to get done as we're almost there to week 1 of the season, or you still think it's going to be quite a while before we get things squared away with that contract?
I don't know. Me personally, I mean, Diana Rossini she just came out 2 days ago and saying Terry doesn't want more than DK specifically. He wants parts of his contract. So that could be 30 a year. That could be he wants the same amount of guarantee money. He may want more guarantee money. Could be the years. Could be the bonuses, like incentives. We just don't know. So in my opinion, until we start getting more updated notifications about what's going on with it, then that's the only thing I can really tell you, to be honest. I mean, I would hope it's getting closer because we need him. After today's joint practice, when I heard from John Keim, we need him.
We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that real quick. But my standpoint is, I said last week on ETL podcast is, at some point I have to separate my feelings from business when it comes to stuff like this. This is quite frankly just a common thing that happens around the league with players trying to get, certain contracts and things like that. It just so happened Washington. I think the magnitude is obviously because Washington for years has been in the barrel. And we just came off a 12-5 season, just came off a berth in the NFC Championship game. Things are going the way that we wanted to go. And obviously, just being quite frankly real, this is obviously probably one of the first challenges for outside of still building this roster for Adam Peters, it's trying to retain key players, and one of those key players is Terry McLaurin. I understand like why people are trying to flip on Terry and why people are gonna bring up these factoids or this and that, are like, well, he's not a top 5 receiver in the league. And rightfully that could be fair. But we know what Terry has been. He's been consistent. And you don't want to lose consistent targets, especially for a young quarterback coming off a berth in the NFC Championship. And like I said, we're gonna get into the conversation with the wide receivers today. But I think a deal's gonna be completed pretty soon. Probably around late August, before week 1 of the season. I think around that range. If you look at the history of even when Adam Peters come from the 49ers, typically those deals get done around that time. So I think Terry deal will get done around that time.
Let me ask you this. Do you think him getting the deal done late is going to have an impact for him football shape wise? Because Ayuk did get paid late, but he also suffered an ACL injury. Knock on wood. It's not to say that that's going to happen to Terry, but it's like, either way, Terry needs the reps. He needs to be around Debo. He needs to be around Jalen Lane, or he needs to be around just the offense in general.
We need him, most definitely. We need him not only just for his ability, but just for the leadership itself. Outside of Noah Brown and Debo, Terry shows leadership in that room, and you got a lot of young guys in that very room. When it comes to Terry, though, in the past, we always said Terry is quarterback proof, right? Like, he played with multiple quarterbacks. So you would think it wouldn't be a problem with trying to get continuity with Jaden. But we also saw last year, even when Terry was here, he still had a rookie quarterback. And it wasn't until week 3, Monday Night Football, that the connection to Jaden to Terry didn't start clicking. So I think it'll have some type of effect, just a tad bit. But I think overall, I think the connection is still going to be strong. I think it won't be a problem as well. I don't think it's going to be a big problem.
I would just like to. I'm very curious to see what this offense is going to be when you have Terry and Debo on the field, because Diana Rossini, she made a great point. I'm gonna find a tweet for you. Terry, I believe he never played with a receiver that had over 700
yards
receiving yards.
Yes.
Never in his career.
I made that point on my podcast. I did.
Yeah. And I didn't. Well, that question to me came across in my mind a few days ago. It's like, damn, what was Terry's best number 2? It may have been Curtis Samuel. It may have been Curtis Samuel. So he's never had that. And that's unfortunate, because we could have had that a couple of years ago. But they traded down, and they took somebody else who's no longer on the team.
But you want to know the crazy thing about that, too? Even though Curtis Samuel did not reach 700 yards, without the touchdown, statistically, that was Terry's best year. Terry was 9 yards away from 1,200 yards, and he had at least a 15 yards per catch every time he touched the football. Mm-hmm. So having guys around him that can complement him is highly important. Even Noah Brown, before injury, he was on pace for 700 yards, and he came in late around the season. So, and I think I was having a conversation with the guys in the chat, and I think it's important because looking at this wide receiver room, Terry, Debo, and Eva and Noah Brown, all three of those guys complement each other because they all have specific roles on the team. We know Terry, he's the number one guy, one of the best contested cat wide receivers in the NFL. He still got the 4.33 to take it over the top, go 0 to 60. Debo Samuels, he is a weapon, and he's going to kill you underneath and just put the ball in his hand. He's going to make a play. And Noah Brown is that steady veteran. He's going to find holes in the coverage and make solid plays to keep the chains moving. And that was another guy that he had a great relationship with, Jaden Daniels. And hopefully for him, he gets healthy as well. So that first three guys on the field, that brings continuity, especially with a Zach Ertz. And then with the running back room, you're trying to use Austin Eckler more in the passing game. So you have weapons. It's just all about trying to get these guys together. And they're going to have to get this deal done with Terry.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, listen, man, a deal going to get done, in my opinion. If you had to put a gun to my head and to say, hey, is it going to get done? Yeah, I would say yes. I think that the two sides have to coexist with each other. You know, you got to meet in the middle somehow. Whether you give Terry $30 million a year, 3 years, $30 million, and make the first 2 years like fully guaranteed, cool. Just do that. Give him the second most guaranteed money in the NFL, the third most guaranteed, or give him top 5 wide receiver money guaranteed. Give him that, and just call it a day, man. Because at this point, you know, you have expectations now. This team believes, the coaching staff believes, Jaden believes 17 gonna be out there. Dan Quinn believes it too. You know, he'll be out there, but they just have to coexist with each other. And if they want to trade him now. To be honest,
I think it's too late to trade him now, Caleb. To be honest with you, and here's why. Where they at in the season? This team was literally in the NFC Championship game. They have fully invested from everybody thinking they were just going to be a team on rebuilding for at least 3 years to recalibrating and going all in. Mm-hmm. You don't make moves for getting Larry Tunzel, Debo Samuels, and signing a Von Miller to this type of team. Like, if you were to trade Terry, realistically, it should have been before the draft. So that way you would have had maybe another high second round pick so you can invest in getting a replacement for him. And then you've been okay with not trying to pay 30 plus million to a wide receiver. Maybe Debo Sanders be the guy you probably want to get down. I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's how the semantics be. But right now, where we at in this timeline is we're a couple weeks away from week 1. This team is expected to be fighting and competing for not only the NFC East, but the NFC, just from the outside perspective. We got people on First Take, ESPN, NFL Network screaming for the Commanders to get this deal done because you don't want to mess with the chemistry between Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin, because that was one of the highest rated duos in probably the past decade since Gronkowski and Tom Brady. So I think it's far too late to trade Terry right now. I think they just want to put feelings to bed, meet between the middle, and get a deal done, and then we go about our day.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, nothing we can do now. So
shout out, Gavin. I know this is your first time definitely being up here. Just what do you believe the odds of Terry getting? Like we said, man, me personally, I don't think Terry getting traded.
Yeah, I don't either. Me personally, not after what maybe we can talk about this next. Not after what John Keim told me about joint practice. So,
shout out to Soph, also one of the members on the pod and stuff like that. Too late to trade Terry. Yeah, I agree. Too late to trade Terry. Anything they get now won't help them win today. Anything is just going to be a draft pick for next year, that's not going to help them now. I agree. So let's go ahead and get into this topic now. So speaking of joint practices, Commanders had a joint practice with the New England Patriots. Unfortunately, we could not get the updates we kind of wanted from our local media. Shade, guys were talking about John Bovey and Jason Tatum, all that other stuff. I mean, your best bet was probably just Zach Shelby. Shout out to Zach Shelby and JP Finley and Brian Mitchell on the 106 The Fan. They did a play-by-play if you were listening to the radio. So what is it that you feel strong about today, and what is it that you are concerned about today?
From what I've heard, like throughout the whole day, different reporters have been saying, different things. So Ben Standig just came out with an article. Specifically, he said the outside receivers struggled. They struggled a lot. But Zach Ertz and Debo was cooking. Like, Jaden and Zach Ertz couldn't be stopped, basically. Luke McCaffrey, Michael Gallup, they couldn't get open on the outside. Jalen Lane flashed a little bit, but he was first-team reps for special teams. Ja'Cory Brooks made a one-handed catch for a touchdown. He has some up. Ben Standig thinks he has some upside, but he lacks a little bit of being consistent. Josh Connolly had a couple of good. Overall, Josh had a good day. They said today was his best day in general throughout training camp. John Keim, he spoke with him. He said, you could tell he was trying to get his kick step right. Going from left to right, it's you got to adjust. So he's so used to the left. He's got to get used to the right. So it's going to be a slow start for him. Unless you just one of them ones like Tristan Wirfs. Tristan Wirfs went from right to left, no problem. And he was an all-pro in both. Oh, goodness. But, Josh did well. He did pretty good today from what John Keim said. And, John Keim's been with this team since 1999 or early 2000. So he's been reporting for this team for years. So he knows what he's talking about. Tunsil, there's nothing you need to say. Bodyguard. They didn't have Coleman or Sam Cosmi, of course, because of injuries. So Alec Grady and Wiley was on the interior. They got kind of shooken up a little bit. They weren't that good today. Matt Gay was inconsistent as far as our kicker standpoint. JCM flashed a little bit. It was hard to really pay attention to him because there was so many drills going on from what these reporters have been saying. It's hard to really focus on multiple things. Like, you're either going to focus on offense or defense wholeheartedly. But Mikey Sanders still he didn't have that good of a day today. He caught a pick. It was because of Bobby Wagner. Trey Amos had some good reps. I think that's the main thing about this team that I'm excited for or just intrigued about as a secondary. Lattimore got beat for a touchdown. Said a couple of reps down the field he got beat on. But Trey Amos, they say he looked good. He's not going to win every rep, but he looked good. They say he looked good. John Keim said he didn't win every play, but he did a nice job on a couple of routes versus Stephon Diggs, by the way. He's not the prime Stephon Diggs, but he's still a competent receiver, veteran receiver, savvy veteran. So, he was patient. He jammed and disrupted him, and so the quarterback had to overthrow on a fade to the end zone, so he messed up the timing. So He can be he has the physical traits to be a disruptor in press man or zone coverage. He has those traits. Um, Javon Kinlaw, I think they said he was getting in the back foot a little bit, just a little bit from time to time. I think no specific team won the day. I think both teams had good days. I think probably the main concern with me is probably, um, I would say the outside receiver, or you could say the receiver depth is a question mark.
Mhm.
Who's going to stand out? Jalen Lane, Luke. We know about Debo and Terry, but what about three wide receivers 3 and 4? We know Zach Ertz is going to contribute. By the way, John Kahn believes Zach Ertz got better on his. He got better with his footwork this year. He could see Zach Ertz is creating more separation for some odd reason. So it's kind of like Zach Ertz is reversing father time a little bit.
Mhm.
But I mean, I would say kicker to me is a concern. We haven't had a consistent kicker since Kyle Forbath.
Mm.
So we haven't found that guy. We could have had one with Austin Seibert, but I think he got hurt. He got hurt, he messed up his groin, so that kind of killed momentum for him. At one point, he only missed one kick, or he made like 15 in a row.
I can't remember. I just everybody remember him for missing the kick in Dallas.
That was Seibert, or was that?
It was Cyber, yeah.
Oh, I'm talking about earlier in the season. Earlier in the season, he was money. Early in the season, he was money.
Yeah, because it was in his range.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like I don't mind. Like
Oh my
I
God.
don't mind a kicker who has an average leg, but he's very accurate. That's what Kyle Forbath was for us. His leg wasn't the strongest, but he was accurate. He made his kicks. He made most of his kicks. So I would say kicker is a concern. I would say wide receiver depth is a concern. I would say also, I think Mikey has to adjust being in the slot more. Going from outside to the slot, you're dealing with quicker, you're dealing with quicker players, and you only have the boundary to protect you, really. The slot receivers can go anywhere, in my opinion. So, I mean, he has to adjust to that. So we'll see. I'm not too concerned with a lot of stuff. Um, I just want to see them play in real. Yes, Kai Forbath was accurate. I just want to say, I just want to see them play. I don't need time for this.
CJ always doing that shit.
Like, bro, like, were we really disrespecting Kai Forbath, bro?
Bringing a kind of format is kind of crazy though, bro.
But that's the last consistent kicker we had. Like, I'm not lying about that.
Was he though?
Yes.
Sean
Yes.
Sweetum?
Yes.
I like Sean Sweetum, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Sweetum was
On
decent.
Sweezen.
Yeah. Sweetum was decent.
Kai Forbath had a year, bro. Kai Forbath had a year with us where he made almost damn near 90% of his field goals. 20-29 accurate. 30-39 set like he.
What year was that? Was that 2012?
2014.
2014.
40 from 49. He made 7 out of 8. Oh, okay. That's what. That's consistent.
Yeah, that's good.
7 out of 8 from 40 to 49. Bro, I know what I'm talking about.
Is he even in the league? Is he still in the league?
No, the last time he played was 2020.
Dang.
But I just say he made 40
Okay, this is not going to be a kicker's pod, bro. Like
it's not. But DT, you see what I'm saying, all right? 20 for 29, 11 for 11, 30 for 39, 6 for 7, 40 through 49, 7 for 8.
Oh my God, bro.
He only kicked 1 field goal from 50. Only 1.
Okay.
And in 2012, he made 1. In 2013, he made 2 with us. And in 2023, he made 3 with us.
This don't turn to
I know what I'm talking about.
Please do not. Let's not turn this to a kicker.
Hold on, my bad. I lied. He made one 50-yard field goal in 2012. 2013, he made one. 2015, he made two. 2014, his best year, he made zero, but he attempted one. But he was an accurate kicker. Like he was an accurate kicker. Let's not do that.
The Gay keep missing. He may have to go to straight to.
And
I agree. I'm surprised that even though they did get Gay, they still didn't have any type of competition.
Well, the man,
I feel like they were just like once Matt Gay was like there, they were like, bet, let's just get him.
No. And the funny thing is, you want to know the funny thing is, Matt Gay attempted 9 field goals from 50 plus this last year. He only made 3. 7 for 7 from 40 through 49, 12 for 12 from 30 through 39, 9 for 9, 20 through 29. So he struggles with 50 plus kicks. So he had, but the crazy thing is, and JP Finley said that today with B Mitch, he has the leg, it's the accuracy.
Yeah, so, I did hear one where that's gonna be an infinite soundbite too.
He had an 83.8% field goal percentage. Extra points, he made all of them.
Maybe that tryout guy that's trending can go out there and kick.
I wanted to draft me and Deuce wanted to draft the kicker.
Yeah.
But,
Okay, so this is where I'm at when it came to joint practices today. For one, I prefer joint practices because it's an evaluation of going against another set of talent. In my mind, I kind of had a feeling that the offense for both of the offenses were kind of going to go off today. Didn't really hear much from the defense outside of maybe 3 to 4 plays, but again, like I kind of understood it in a sense. But I did hear one thing. It was kind of weird that, and I want to hear your thoughts on this. I kind of find it weird that for some points of the practice, when it was 11 on 11, that was when both of them were efficient. But when they came to 7 on 7s, it was kind of
ass backwards. Excuse my language.
It was kind of weird. Like I heard because I got a friend who's a Patriots fan. He was talking to me today, and he was saying like, yeah, I just find it weird that Drake wasn't doing much in 7 on 7, but when he got under center with the O line and stuff, like he was dotting y'all up and stuff. But Jada had a great day. Drake May had a great day. Defense, like I'm not really overly concerned with how the defense played today. Maybe outside of like, I felt like I didn't hear much about the pass rush outside of maybe 1 or 2 times. But also, they wasn't really live hitting, so I had to take that in context too. And then while a couple Patriots fans were talking about, our interior was cooking and stuff, and rightfully so. They signed Milton Williams, and they had Tonga from Arizona. We also got to keep in mind that 2/3 of our starters from the inside, they didn't show up, and you really had Allegretti and Wiley playing inside. Wiley had won some battles. Nick, he was kind of off today, so I'm kind of disappointed that Coleman got hurt again, and he was missing work on some joint practices again.
Yeah. So I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah, I do love joint practices over preseason.
I do too. I think it holds.
I did see the last tweet. Okay, can we talk about wide receiver room? So the wide receivers was biggest topics today for the Commanders. You and I, we just said that it was kind of a struggle. A lot of reporters were saying, even Noah Brown didn't play the practice today either. So you had Debo, KJ Osborne, Luke McCaffrey, Ja'Cory Brooks, and Mike Strayton, the number 84. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like 6'5". So them guys had opportunities today, and some made plays, some didn't. It was a lot of separation problems and things like that. We already knew when it came to leverage for Terry the Commanders had it in terms of the financials, but we're talking about the room itself. We know Terry is miss.
Hey, DT, before you before you go into this, CJ, you're wrong. Graham Gano was not our most consistent kicker. I already looked up the field goal percentage.
Are you still talking about kickers, bro?
I am. 75, 68%. CJ, you're wrong. Go ahead. Continue, DT.
We'll do that later.
Yeah, we'll do that later.
Child, that's nasty. That's nasty.
But the wide receiver room, like I've said it before, like the depth to me is a concern. So you gotta.
Oh, Gallup. Gallup was the other guy I forgot about.
Yeah, I've said this consistently. We to me, in my opinion, and me selfishly wise, I wanted a receiver this year. I wanted Matt Golden, Emeka. But listen, but this is why I'm saying this. Every quarterback that we've seen, every great quarterback, they have their great receiver. I think Jaden needs one of those. Not to say Terry isn't great. He has great attributes for sure, but we're talking about future wise. So we need to figure out the next upcoming guy who's going to take the helm and being our wide receiver one, because Terry won't be here forever. So the depth, it's I'm not going to say it's bad. It's just I need to see what it's going to be in the live game reps. So they say Jalen Lane's been looking good, but he's also the number one punt returner. He's been flashing throughout the training camp. You need to see it in the game. But Luke is getting clowned a lot on the app because he can't create separation, and he hasn't been looking too good. He hasn't been standing out that much. So what other guys are we going to rely on? I mean, Noah Brown. Noah Brown's been pretty decent with us, but when's the last time Noah Brown was fully healthy and he played a whole season? If you can remember. I mean, I can just look it up. The last time he played 16 games was 2022. That's the last time he played 16 games. He only played 16 games twice in his career, 2022 and 2020. So they need to figure out a way how to get some juice on the depth chart in the receiver room. So hopefully that's Jalen Lane. He could be that guy. It's just he has to contribute on special teams first consistently, then you earn your opportunities on offense. But he's been getting reps with the ones. So Cliff likes what he's been doing. He said the other day, this Jalen Lane that I see now, I didn't see it on tape at Virginia Tech. Like, it must have been their offense or their quarterback. But, we'll see. But the depth is something that we have to look at.
Yeah, the depth is only a problem when you got guys not in there. Like I said earlier, like I think having Terry, Debo, and even Noah Brown, these guys complement each other, and I think that makes the room a little better. Like in my opinion, this is just me. I said I think me personally, I think this wide receiver room with Terry, a healthy Noah, and a healthy Debo, and everybody else after them is way better than last year. That's just my opinion. I think like Jalen Lane, he's that sneaky guy. Like when we drafted Terry, his rookie year, he was a special team guy, and Jalen Lane, he's a punt returner. He has some of the same characteristics like Terry. Like he was underutilized, things like that. Luke, I think Luke is just going to be a utility player. Honestly, like he's going to be a guy that going to do the dirty work, make tough catches, then and there, then and that. Special team ace, something like that. The last spot though, when we're talking about let's just try to bring the room in, I think that's going to be interesting because you have Michael Gallup, Osborne, and Ja'Cory Brooks, who's everybody's been talking about the undrafted rookie out of Louisville. That last spot going to be interesting how they trying to work it out because they always value special teams.
Yeah. I mean, certain. What's his name? I I don't. I think Smoke said Lake Lewis said that Jalen Lane reminds him of Debo, but I can see traits, whereas I can see traits of Terry in Jalen Lane too, like the speed, the the deep ball, tracking the deep ball, the contested catches. I
Yeah,
don't. I, the,
I,
con-
I yeah, I had a tweet. I had a tweet the other day. You should go look it up. It was I think his name's Zone Runner. He was asking people around like
yeah,
what it
yeah,
reminded
yeah.
him. And it reminded me when Terry scored that touchdown against Oregon State. CeeLo asked this question in the chat like literally a couple hours ago. I had to hit the. What do you think about this?
Does he value the wide receiver position? Mm. Mm-hmm. It's a good question. Mm-hmm. I
I,
don't.
I think this is gonna be like something we would have to review because I didn't get a chance after he said that because I was trying to look some stuff up, but other stuff came out. But does he value the wide receiver position? But I mean, wasn't he trying to trade for Ayuk at least last year though?
I think he does.
I think he values it because he was definitely was trying to get
I
Ayuk
you.
over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
When he saw Jahan, he said, "Nah, this ain't it."
I think he values it. I think he values other positions over it. Uh,
Stop, Trout.
I think
That's so nasty.
it's nasty that he didn't even spell his name right. Um, I think he values certain positions over receiver, like left tackle,
Premium.
uh,
Hmm.
because they could have got who were the receivers on the board? Luther was on the board. Who else?
Luther. I feel like a lot of those guys after that they were kind of like tier two. The only one I probably would have wanted was like Trey Harris.
Ah, but no. See, no. See, look, I may have to disagree with you. I think he does value it because we met with Trey Harris twice. We did meet with Trey
They
Harris.
met with a lot of wide
Yeah,
receivers.
we met with a lot of wide receivers. It's just the fact that they had their board. They had their board, but they had certain players on their board they valued more than others. And Trey Amos was one of those guys, and Josh Connolly was one of those guys.
Yeah, I can agree to that, Trout.
Lane doesn't have too much to prove. What do you mean? I think he does have something to prove, in my opinion. As
I
far as
think what he's saying is you remember when we drafted Terry
hmm
and throughout training camp we just kept hearing
he's
about
not.
how
Yeah.
much plays he was making. I think it's kind of similar to that. I also think it's kind of similar with Jake Ja'Cory too.
I get you, but I mean, depending on how you feel about Ben Standig and do you like his reporting, he thinks he's inconsistent. He shows flashes, but he's just inconsistent.
Who Lane?
No, Ja'Cory Brooks. That he came out with an article today saying Ja'Cory Brooks had a nice one-handed touchdown, but he still needs to be consistent in the offense.
Brooks. You talking about Brooks?
Ja'Cory Brooks is the
Wide
kid from
receiver. Wide
yeah.
receiver. Oh, I thought you were talking about
No.
the running back. I thought you were talking about the running back.
No. John Kahn said with Jalen Lane, he's seen flashes throughout the practice today, but it was tough for him to really engage with him because there's so many other things going on.
Yeah.
There's so many things going on. So it's like he couldn't really focus on what Jaden Lane was doing. But I mean, he did.
Minor. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at Lake's pod. What he was Rio today?
Yeah,
Okay, I think he was reduced too.
um, made it seem like Jaden Lane would be later.
Oh yeah, I know. I was just saying, in terms of I was referring to special teams because that was really a lot of things he was known for at Tech because the quarterback play was bad at Tech, and they didn't even really throw him the ball like that. Had to use trick plays and reverses and stuff.
Yeah, I think Jaden Lane. I can see why people like. I can see it working out. It's just I just need to see it happen. And I think the preseason will be a good indicator. Um, yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That could be true. That could be true. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting in preseason, DT, because I think I hate listening to the junkies, but I just came across one of their clips. Is it telling, in your opinion, DT, that if Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt and Jalen Lane play a few reps, not a lot, a few reps, like maybe like 3 or 4, and they just take him out, does that indicate to you that it's like, yeah, he's going to, but y'all just, yo, DT, you got to stop putting the comments in here. If Ja'Cory and Jalen Lane play a few snaps, right, does that indicate to you that, these guys are going to be very, very important for us on offense?
I would say yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I would say yes. I mean, like, you want to take this offense to the next level. Like, and we know Jaden's going to do that because everybody keeps talking about, oh, we're going to have film on Jaden, but Jaden is going to have film on them as well. And he's going to be better, and the offensive line is going to be better, which means it's going to help him stay in the pocket more and be more of a passer because everybody thinks he's just going to be scrambling all the
time. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm looking at different articles about what our team did against yeah. Yeah, that's true. That would have been a nice duo though. That would have been so nasty. Terry and Ayuk.
But he just said they wanted Terry.
I know, but I'm saying, like, we wanted Ayuk, but the Niners wanted Terry.
Yeah.
So if he would have found a way to make that work, oh my gosh. Ooh.
The IU train last year was crazy, yo. It definitely was crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, man, Friday is going to be interesting for us. It's going to be a good test for our depth too. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, definitely getting tested, bro. It's definitely getting tested right now.
Yeah, Debo has been doing a lot of just pure wide receiver stuff. He hasn't Cliff hasn't been into the bag of the jet sweeps or the end arounds or the reverses or when Debo's in the backfield or when Eckler does that motion where he goes outside then goes back behind Jaden. They hike the ball and it's a little misdirection and you could give it to the running back. Jaden could keep it or Jaden could be passing the football. So we haven't even gotten to those parts yet. So it's we're gonna see, man. Also, the tight end room, the tight end depth. I was just checking out. Oh my god, bro!
This is the funniest back to the Commanders Time podcast ever. The comments is legit tonight. Y'all said Noah Brown would be enough. I think Noah Brown is enough. He complements the room.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, he cooking my algorithms. I ain't reading the last one, bro. I'm not reading the last
Are running wild. The tabloids are running wild. The tabloids are running wild. The tabloids are running wild.
Yo!
The tabloids are running wild. The tabloids are running wild.
Yo!
The tabloids are running wild. The tabloids are running wild.
Yo, I'm dead, bro. Yeah, let's continue, bro. Let's continue. Oh shoot, yo, this probably funny, bro. I'm clipping some of this, bro. I'm clipping this. Okay, let's move on to wide receivers. I think we had enough wide receivers. So, was the defense? They played against a revamped New England's offense. Was there any concerns for you? You know, listening out today, looking at some of the tweets and stuff.
They got some work to do. I would say that. I mean, it's good to go up against somebody that you don't go up against in practice all the time. So, I mean, Bobby Wagner tipped the pass that Mikey got a pick on. Mikey was getting worked by DeMario Douglas.
Pop Douglas is nice though. Like let's be real. Like he's one of those guys that like don't really get talked about because of his status and stuff, and it's New England. But like when you watch his tape and stuff, he a dog, bro.
Yeah, I think like I said before, Mikey went from outside to the slot, so it's an adjustment he has to make. Same adjustment he had to make when he went from slot to the outside. Slot corner, that position is hard, but you know I'm not. Mikey's a smart player. He just has to adjust, in my opinion. I mean, bro, Trey Amos. I was you in that space, DT, when Smoke said about Trey Amos?
Caleb, you know I be in it.
I don't know what you do. I'm just saying. Did you hear what he said?
No, I didn't hear what Smoke said. What did Smoke say?
I think Trey Amos can be one of the best corners in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, what's wrong with that? I thought I heard he had a good day.
He did.
Yeah. Marshawn had a good day too. Marshawn didn't have a good day. He got tested, but I mean, like,
I'm gonna read to you what Ben Standick said.
I'm not worried about Ben Standick. He barely has a job.
Oh wow.
Dang, I said that live. Dang,
here it is. There was also downfield completions to Kayshon Boutte against Marshawn Lattimore. Downfield completions. So I don't know. Completions is more than one. Could have been two, could have been three, but it's not. But you know, people are gonna.
You just said corner is like the hardest position, though.
It is.
So, I mean, everybody's gonna get beat, bro.
Yeah, he's gonna get beat, but I just don't want to see what happened last year. Yeah, but he has 1 year left, so that's why I said I need Trey Amos to hit in case Lattimore is but.
He said, "What if?" He said, "What if he's the best corner in the league?"
Nah, I can't go that far. Better than Surtain? I ain't gonna go that far. Yeah.
Wait, that's what he's.
Yes.
I thought he said one of the best. I didn't know he said. Yeah.
Not better than Surtain.
We ended at 10-15. This is diabolical.
Not better than McDuffie. No smoke.
We ended at 10-15. This is diabolical.
I think Trey Amos can be one. Not better than Gonzalez. I think Trey Amos can be really good. I need to see him play, bro. and he's going to have some tests. Hey, Devontae Smith, CeeDee Lamb maybe on some days. And he's going to be going up against his teammate, against the Chargers, Trey Harris.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
That's going to be a good little matchup. You got to
10-15.
You want to answer that, DT? Why can't he be?
No, I'm not answering that. As a matter of fact, I didn't even see it. I didn't even see it.
You definitely saw it.
No, I didn't. I think I'm seeing things. Just overall, like what I think with the defense. Like I said, I think the defense was going to get some work because, first of all, they already know kind of what the tendencies of Cliff offense because he's already being vanilla anyway. Mm-hmm. So they're going to get a little bit of an upbeat of like the timing and stuff with Jada in the offense. Now you're going and playing somebody that has a different tempo, different nuances and stuff like that. So, it was going to be different today. They definitely had some slight struggle stuff, but hey, I mean, iron sharpens iron and stuff. So, I'm ready to see them play this Friday. See some of the second and third strings this Friday.
Yeah. Hold on, my bad. You broke up. Say that one more time.
I'm excited to see the second and third string because that was a group you want to see some development in.
Kane Medrano. I don't know about Jordan McGee did not go to the joint practice.
Did they ever say what was the injury?
So I think Dan Quinn said they weren't serious issues. But I don't know, man, because Dan Quinn lied to us about Jaden's rib injury. Rib contusion. When Jaden said it was a broke rib.
I don't. I see already some people give it up on McGee. And it's like, I get it, but I mean, I need to know what the injury is. If it's like a small minor injury and they're just trying to keep him healthy, then I'm like, okay, like I can live with that. But if it's like the same injury or something like that's significant, like last year where he didn't play until like week 9 or 10 of the season, then that's when I'll be like, okay, what are we doing? But like, let's go ahead and try to wrap this thing up, man. So, preseason game is going to be Friday. I think it's at 7:30. Give me your 3 key players that you want to see on Friday.
K. Medrano, Josh Connolly if he plays, and Jacory. Damn it. You know what? Scratch that. Forget K. Medrano. Forget defense. Jalen Lane, Jacory, Josh Connolly. I'm giving 3 offensive players. That's going to be our bread and butter this year. That's going to be our strength. So keep the strength for strength, in my opinion.
All right.
What about you?
For me, I'm gonna be different because we gotta at least have a top 15 defense that gotta get turnovers, bro. So players I want to see. Yes, I do want to see this Jacory Brooks. I want to see him try to regain some momentum that he had early. 2, I want to see the D line. Like, I want to see did the D line who's going to step up, who's going to show some improvement and stuff. I don't know if we might get like Jacob Martin. Some of the new additions might play a couple of snaps and stuff like that. But I don't want to see some of the new guys show up. Jean Baptiste, where is he at in development? Johnny Newton, where he's at in his development, because I think that's going to be key. And the third spot, I want to see that safety room scares me a bit if someone get hurt. So I want to see how Tyler Owens looks, because he was getting a lot of first team reps. Then they even did some reps on him at linebacker. I want to see how he looks year 2 in this defense, because year 2 you should be able to play faster. What it is, he was one of the surprise players that made the team last year.
That's another good point you made. Safety depth. Oh Lord. Percy Butler is so bad. Yeah, that's another concern, but we'll see how it goes. I think if you have good corners, I think your safety room is kind of protected a little bit. But if you have mid corners and if you have a great safety room, it kind of neutralizes itself, in my opinion. So that's just my opinion. What do I know? I'm a casual.
Yeah, but I'm excited, man. Football's around the corner. We get a couple games tomorrow, and we play Friday. So, any last words before we sign off, my brother?
So yeah, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna put in the group chat too. I think Trey already put in the group chat. My bad. Patriots radio host thought Jaden Daniels was the best QB on the field today. So you got multiple people on the timeline saying the ones on offense struggled today against the Patriots, or Jaden kind of struggled in the red zone. But then you got other Patriots reporters saying Jaden was like surgical, 11 on 11. That's one thing about Jaden. I'm getting sidetracked. Let me glaze my quarterback, DT. I finally got one. Oh my goodness. The kid is a great runner of the football. To me, he's a third best running QB in the NFL. Only 2 are better than him: Lamar, Josh Allen. Everybody else, and then it's Jaden. Then you can put Hurts, you can put Kyler, you can put whoever you want. Jaden is so damn accurate, bro. Jeez, he's so accurate. That's all I gotta say. I'm a casual. Like, what you mean? like
Oh
I'm
my
not.
God,
I'm not
you're killing me, bro.
I don't know. I don't know everything. Like I'm not the greatest football mind. I mean, I know something. Like, I'm not crazy, but at the end of the day, I'm a casual compared to some of these other guys that've been doing it for years. So, but yeah, Big DT, that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to glaze my quarterback. You got Patriots reporters glazing my quarterback, the world glazing my quarterback. I can't wait till the top 100 comes out, DT. I need that. I need that. Because there's only one more player that's going to be on that list. There's Jaden. Terry and Frankie Lubu are on there. Bobby Wagner was on there. Who was that?
Draco, man.
Oh. I mean, I like Drake. I think Drake man's going to be good. I mean, whatever, man. Yeah. People will never live that down. There's like 5 years from now, if this app is still up, people are still going to be reminding me of that. So, hey, DP, look, I get crucified for the Drake May stuff, but people don't crucify the people who said trade down and keep Sam Howell. And somebody in the group chat said that, and you know who that was.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Crucify him. Damn. Like, what the hell? It's cool, though. Can't wait for Friday, preseason game. No injuries. No injuries.
Yes, no injuries.
No injuries. Let's have a good day, fellas. The depth needs to show out. So let's see what they do. Football is back.
Yeah, cannot wait for this game this Friday, man. Look, you guys can click like and subscribe to the channel. Leave the thumb button up. Watch any other episode of Command Time Podcast. Also, watch any episode of the Ins and Out with D podcast that is also on this channel. Look, next week we'll be coming back. We're going to be recapping the preseason game. What are some things that we like? What were things we wanted to see more of? and we'll also get ready for the rest of the games. And hopefully we'll get more updates about the Terry Mclaurin situation and other things about the Washington Commanders. But it's your boy DT. We got Caleb, and Caleb will be with us next week. So shout out to y'all. This is Command Time Podcast presented by the Fans for Sports Network, live on YouTube and on Twitter. We'll see you guys next.
Got me feeling so free, free.